Alongside me, the greatest co-host, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. I'm still hot,
Yeah.
in case anyone was worried. Um,
It's it's getting better though.
Maybe for you.
Well, like, because right now today it's 80 degrees
Okay.
here. 88, yeah, 80. Way better than 100, 103. You
Sure.
know?
I will
Yeah.
say update on my end.
Okay.
Um, Went to go take the garbage out this week, the other day, and I moved my garbage can. And underneath it, because of how humid it is down here, is like mildew growing.
Yeah.
It's all over the floor, which explains the smell that I've been smelling.
Fair enough.
And then I went to go get the dehumidifier, which is on the other side of the room.
Mhm.
Even more mildew growing over there because there's still a leak from the bathroom upstairs.
Yeah.
And it's just happening. And then when I turned the dehumidifier on, which I thought was broken, and it's not broken, the humid levels in this area are at like 96%.
Ooh.
Which is why I am pouring sweat down here. It's not going
Okay.
now because it's way too fucking loud and it would affect the audio. But
yeah,
that's the state of where I record.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's the state of my room is pretty good so far. Yeah, no mildew here. Though, can I tell you something really strange that's been happening to me?
Sure.
So, humble brag, I got a crown replaced,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because the first one it didn't take well. And so they're like, okay, they were really nice about it because maybe they screwed up on their end, where they gave me the partial crown for free, and then the crown right next to it for free.
Okay.
So I was like, why would you do that if you didn't mess up? But whatever, it's free. It at the same exact time though, the crown that they replaced, it was giving me a metal taste in my mouth for days on end. It started to wear off.
It's blood.
Now I don't know if it was blood though, but now it just tastes really like the. I'm still getting used to it. Like there's still a little metal feeling I raise my head, and then if I touch the tooth, it's like, we don't like that. So
come watch live the Trophy every week where we talk about metal
dentistry.
Taste and mildew growing in your room.
Let's just get gross.
We're well-adjusted people right here, you know.
Yeah. Other than that, though, I've been so busy at work. I've been trying to fit in games where I can, which just leads me to go, I'm too tired to try anything new. I'm just gonna go play Balatro, and that's what I do. That's what I do all night.
Yeah.
I'm like the Balatro Batman. I play Balatro all night, trying to get that platinum trophy. Because you know what? One day I will.
Good luck. I've given up hope.
Well, what's your difficulty right now with Balatro in terms of like I haven't
played
hardest
it
trophy
in a little bit, but it's the unlocking all the jokers.
Okay, I'm actually pretty close to that.
I am too. I only have like 6 or 7 left, but it's having to beat it on some of the harder decks is what I'm running into difficulty wise.
100%. That's the same. So I've beaten technically the game on like the easiest setting with all the decks so far. I'm only missing like 20 jokers, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
Even a little less. Now it's just like I need to beat the purple rank. The purple chip. That's the thing that I'm having difficulties with. I keep getting really close to like the second to the last ante, and then luck just screws me over.
Yeah, like I have
Nisa, you keep lurking. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I have I have all the item vendor things unlocked. I have all the spectral cards. I have everything unlocked except for those 7 or 6 Joker cards.
That's fair.
Maybe I'll go back. Not anytime soon, because I know it's just gonna consume my life again.
It's really all consuming. I don't know how I don't know how you don't let it consume you, you know?
Yeah,
It's,
I'm trying not to. Like, there are higher priority games on my list that I want to
yes.
play before hopping back into Balatro. But
Yeah.
in case you're joining us for the pre-show, not a normal pre-show. We're not going to do
Mm-mm.
the guess the game this week just because timing wise, we're doing it
Yep.
early because Joe wants to go watch the president's speech.
It's historic.
Eh, I'll
It's
catch the
history.
highlights on TikTok.
Dude, like real talk, it's been like a really historic week. And as a history nerd, like
Oh yeah, no,
you're
for you, I know you're nerding out. I get it.
yeah, I'm nerding. I'm like, this is actually part of me is like, this is actually really exciting, really fun. And like also a little bit terrifying, but it's like it's cool, dude. Like we're living in a moment. I hate when people are like, I'm tired of history happening every day. It's like, dude, shut up. You live in the world. Things are moving around you all the time. It's better you absorb them, know them, instead of I don't know, feigning ignorance to them. You know?
I'm gonna push back on that. I don't think it's like we're
Okay.
feigning ignorance. I just think we're just tired,
I mean,
and all
well,
our energy is spent. So it's not like we're not acknowledging them. It's just
yeah,
it seems on a weekly basis something monumental is happening, and
and I
I don't have enough spoons to give. I don't have enough energy stored to
and I
prepare
think
myself for those things anymore.
part of it's like we've never lived in an age where information comes to us so rapidly and
That's
so
what
fast.
I feel like they're kind of like tied together.
Yeah, and so I like to me it's like just where you can be aware of stuff.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
what I've learned in my life is like, yeah, try to feign ignorance to stuff is just gonna end up you finding out anyway and then not getting all the information you need. You know what I mean?
No, I get that. I get
Yeah.
that. But who would have
Yeah.
thought we would have lived through another global pandemic? You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
that took a lot out of everybody.
yeah,
And
it
it's
really
been
did.
nonstop since.
Yeah. I mean, sell it. I think after this week we could kind of cool it, but
Yeah.
you know,
Plus, climate change is
sure,
threatening every day.
someone will figure it out.
I fucking hope so.
Yeah. Don't worry, Elon's on it, dude.
Oh god.
Don't worry, he's on it. He's gonna fix it all.
I never want to hear that name ever again.
Well, sadly, you're gonna have to get at least 20 to 30 more years of it. Sorry, bud. That one you're not gonna escape.
Do you think it's okay?
I know. Watch out for the terms of service here, bud.
It's fine. Do you think it's okay for us
Mhm.
to smack future teenagers whose names are Elon, or
Yes.
their parents that named them Elon?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
As
Yeah,
long as we're in
that's-
agreement that that is okay,
Yeah.
I'm good.
And also, if you name your kid a math equation, I'm gonna slap you something. That's you're just being a silly little goose, you know.
Yeah.
That said, I'm gonna name my kid Miles or Ellie. So I don't know. I'm a little bit of a dummy myself. Ooh. Hey, if you have a little Kyle one day, let's just say you adopt. Let's just say
Already
you
going to
find the love of
adopt,
your
so
life.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be alone forever.
I don't know. Listen, I'm not here to judge.
Cool.
Let's say you find the love of your life tomorrow, you wed her, and then that night pops out a little Kyle seed. He's like, I'm a
Jesus
little
Christ.
bean, I'm a little boy, I'm a little boy. Look at me, Papa.
Uh-huh.
What are you naming him?
I'm always been partial to, and I kind of wish my name was this.
Yeah.
Like in high school, I thought, man, I wish this was my name. Back when you have those thoughts.
Oh, I still have him. Joe's such a it's
I like
Joe.
I like Cody.
Oh.
I like Cody a lot.
I knew a Cody in high school. He was literally the funniest person I've ever met.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Plus,
yeah,
I can call
Miles.
him the Code Master. You know what I mean?
No. Cody, why do you and your father not talk? Well, it goes back to 2027. Katie. Good evening, gents. How are you? Katie, let me tell you something. I just texted my boss. I go, can I take Monday and Tuesday off, please?
Oh, I forgot to respond. I'm so sorry, Katie.
And then I have not heard him back. So
I'll respond to that message after this. I promise.
oh, yeah. Well, hopefully he's listen. I'm gonna fucking call out. So it's either like it's either he takes this dub and he finds someone in a few days, or I just call the fuck out, dude. You know, those are your options. This is not really a negotiation. You know, shoot. All right.
Ready to go?
Listen, I'm ready. Again, no crazy pre-show. We're actually on a time limit this episode. We got history to watch and the channel to watch it on. So let's do this. Let's do it. I'm a big dumb history nerd. I get it.
We'll see you in 16 seconds, everybody.
Oh, wait, no longer greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 386 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this week we chat about the Concord beta numbers and the rollout of content. We're talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows promotional material kerfuffle, GTA 6 not being wildly different from the previous iterations, Helldivers 2 getting a huge update, and so much more as we do it live each and every single Wednesday night over at youtube.com/PS Trophy Room and on audio services the very next day after. With all that said and with all that out of the way, the greatest co-host whoever is, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you, sir?
I'm hot.
Yeah, man.
I know in the pre-show you're like, oh, it's like cooling off. I was like, man, I'm jealous.
Yeah,
we didn't get rain on my end of the Long Island. I haven't gotten that storm to kind of break it yet.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping.
Well, yeah, no, I've been outside as well all day, so maybe
cool.
just entering and then I like, ooh, there's AC here, and that's whatever.
Again, no AC, so I don't know.
Yeah, we took the boys to the water park. That was very nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was a really fun time. One of the clients really made my day because they really loved it. So that awesome. Really like grew my heart like 3 sizes over.
Yeah.
That said, though, Kyle, we got a lot to talk about this week. Okay, people are like, oh, it's the summer, there's not a lot to talk about. Blah, blah. No. There's tons of talking about. All right, right here, right now. But before we get into all of it, I want to tab on over to the media tab for just a second.
Let's go.
Because I've been in a movie mood as of late. Like, I'd rather go watch a movie.
Afterlife the other night, finally.
How was it? How did you like it?
I loved it. It was so good. I cried. I don't even have that affiliate. I don't have like that same feeling towards Ghostbusters as the diehard fans do. Oh, I wept. It was beautiful.
It's my second favorite of the whole franchise for sure.
It was very good.
That said, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? The final Borderlands trailer, as you are the Borderlands boy, and I am someone who is kind of partially removed from the series. Like, I've played Borderlands, was it? 3 a little bit. I don't know if I've even beaten it. Maybe I have. I forgot. But, you know, it's a great shooter.
Yeah.
But I don't have the affiliation for it like you do. So I want to know, as a Borderlands fan, maybe even Stan, your thoughts on the final Borderlands trailer.
Oh, I'm there day one, but let me preface. Does not look stellar.
Right.
It looks fine. It looks like a fun afternoon at the movies. Not going in expecting a world-class one-to-one adaptation of the game that I know, because you can tell there are characters from 3 mixed with characters from 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So they're going the Uncharted route and they're kind of mushing them all together.
Okay.
But
because
like,
Craig the psycho,
Krieg, 2.
He's in 2, and this is the first movie. Okay.
And there's a bandit with like the LED mouth mask. He's like the first boss in 3. So they're kind of like mixing everything together. Yeah, it just looks like a dumb fun time, and that's kind of what I'm looking for Borderlands. Like, Borderlands does not take itself seriously, and in my eyes, I don't think the movie should either. Although, do I wish the cast was a little bit better or different? Sure.
In what way?
There's no world, no multiverse where I'm like, you know what, Kevin Hart, he's perfect for Roland. I love Kevin Hart. Love Kevin Hart. He's not Roland. I love Kate Blanchett. She's not Lilith.
Whoa, calm down.
No, Joe. She's not Lilith.
Kate Blanchett could play me in a movie.
Again, I love Kate Blanchett. She's not Lilith.
All right, fair enough. Shoot.
The only perfect casting is Shaq Black as Claptrap. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and even then, I'm like, ooh, he's already Bowser.
And and also, why am I blanking on her name?
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah, I was gonna say the Activia yogurt girl. Jamie Lee Curtis as Tannis. That kind of makes sense. All right. Too. But
okay, I love that Activia, not like
no,
Halloween,
not Halloween
or something.
No, absolutely not. Not trading places. No. Mm-mm. Activia.
Freaky Friday, you mean?
Nope. Gotta stay regular, everybody. There's your reminder.
That's true. She stole an Oscar from oh my god, what's her face? Oh my god, I love her so much. Oh my god, Queen of Wakanda. Wakanda forever.
Angela Bassett. She stole it from her, from the Queen herself. Jesus. Sure. Anyway, I'm so upset. That's my memory's going. I just wanted, before I give my thoughts, just say shout out to everybody in chat. People like Nisa, Katie, Derwane, Raksha, Drellish. Hello, everybody. I think Strubles and Bits as well. Hello. Yeah, Strubles. Robert Temple. Hello, howdy. How do you do? So my thoughts. It looks generic. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not in. I think the cast is okay. I just think the direction in which they're taking each character doesn't, like, the writing seems off. The dialogue seems weird. And it's really hard with a game that is just like a lot of, poop jokes. But, to me, it's I'll wait until this is on streaming type of movie. Nothing really caught me. Though again, I think all the actors are great. I love the girl from Ahsoka who plays little Ahsoka. She's in this. Is she gonna be Tiny Tina?
Yeah, she's Tiny Tina.
I think that character is like perfect in this trailer. To me, that's Tiny Tina.
And I think she's probably the only one. I think you're right. Or sorry, the only one that feels like perfect casting. I think you're right in terms of like Kevin Hart. It's like you have Kevin Hart. Make him do funny shit, like him being the stoic, like,
to me in the games, Roland isn't that funny guy.
Yeah,
he's very serious, very stoic, and he's like the leader.
And so, like, to me, it's like, why did you pick Kevin like out of all these people? But you're right too. Like Kate Blanchett, as much as I love her, she doesn't scream, Lilith.
It's kind of hard for me in this case when I look at that trailer or the other trailers, and I see Kate and I see Kevin. And I can very clearly be like, oh,
Purple Monkey's in the chat. Hello, sir. Sorry.
Clearly, I can think like, oh, they're here for the paycheck. They're going to pay a lot of money to do this movie, and that's kind of the only reason why. But yeah, that's okay. I'm excited for it. I'm gonna have a good time.
Fair enough.
To me, and I know how we feel on. I feel like we're the outsiders when it comes to the Uncharted movie, where we enjoyed it.
Yeah. But
no, other people did not. If it hits even 3/4 as much as Uncharted did, I'll be okay. I'll be good.
All right, good. And you know what? I hope nothing but positive things for you. That said, I'm very hyped for Deadpool and Wolverine, and then next week I'm watching Twisters. Ooh. So, dude, I've been in such a movie mode. It seems like every week or every other week I'm watching a film.
I watched through the new season of The Mole on Netflix.
Ooh, wait, wasn't that the one where like the guy from CNN hosted it in the beginning?
In the old one,
yeah, Anderson Cooper was the host.
I believe so.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm. And then I
watched
it back.
The first season.
Yeah, there's 2 new seasons with.
Is he the host though?
No.
No Anderson, no watch. Okay. We gotta get the Coop in there, man. Yeah, no, I feel like what after Wolverine again, Twisters, and then Alien Romulus, dude.
That trailer looks sick when I went to go see Longlegs. It looked great.
Oh my god, it looks so good. As a huge Alien fan, I'm like this. Did you see the popcorn box thing with the
Yes.
alien head?
Mm-hmm.
I'm dumb enough to buy that.
For like
Make
30
no
bucks
mistake.
or whatever it will be.
Sure, whatever, $50. Give me the alien skull. That's so cool, man. And like the whole like the design of this xenomorph too. Oh my god, it looks wild. It's gonna be a great time. All right, now let's get to the PlayStation stuff. The reason why y'all are here. First things first. Hey, this entire month until I'll give August 15th. We are having our whole entire suite on Patreon free for you. That is right. Hours upon hours of content. That's our By the Players show where the community gets together and talks about a monthly game of their choosing. This month, God of War Ragnarok. Have you seen it? Have you heard it? Please go on over. Check that conversation out. You can watch our show Top Tier where Kyle and I argue about who has the best list. Spoiler alert, Kyle definitely had it. This week's was probably the best.
Destroyed Joe. Did we also uncover a segment that we like to bring to the main show eventually? Damn straight we did.
Maybe. So go check that out. Possibly, and I'm even gonna go even a step further. That show, top 5 episodes we've ever done.
I would agree.
I would actually think that is like a top tier performance on your part. Like I think you brought it to another level.
Prepare for that one, honestly.
No.
That's all on the fly.
That's what makes it so beautiful. So go check all that stuff out. Again, By the Players, our community game show where we talk about a special game each and every month. Their August game is Tales of Kenzara Zao. So make sure you hit up Drellish, make sure you hit up Marcus O'Neill in the Discord if you want to be a part of it. And my Elden Ring talk should be sometime soon. Work's been pretty crazy on my end, so I haven't been able to schedule it too well. But if you're interested, DM me on Discord. We'll get something sorted. With that said, of course, we'd like to thank our Patreons over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. The reason why we sound so great, look so good is because of your generosity over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. And for just the simple price of a coffee a month, that's right, I have a number one mom cup. This is my mom's.
No,
own it.
It's yours. You bought it for
yourself. I mean, this is mine.
Number one mom.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Everybody should be their own number one mom.
Hell yeah, dude.
That said, for just a price of a number one mom cup or tumbler, you can help support the show, keep the lights on, keep this show going, and also get hours upon hours of content right straight to your eardrums each and every week. This week is another By the Players episode where we're talking about Hi-Fi Rush. So there you go. There you have it. Go check that out. That said, Kyle, here's all of our patrons this week. There you go. I'm sorry, the notes. I messed up. I scrolled down. I'm like, what do I say next? I want to thank our newest producer, Stingray X at the bronze tier, Luke Field at the bronze tier. I want to thank our new silver member, Big G, our premium members, Todd Burowitz and Toxic, our platinum members, JC. Oh, it's gonna get me this week, not again. Jedi Master N, Cowboy Endanger D, Jonas Young, The Green Gorilla Gamer, Chaotic Monkey, Ryuko Kill 90, Steven Flesh, Shrubbles and Bits, Bertos Maximus, Chris Hybrid 748, Matt Valdez, Silk Cannon, Decimine, Mitchell Gramling, and Mike Thomas. I want to thank our gold members, Cypher Primus, Doth, Simon the Pie Man, Jesse Garcia, JB the Purple Monkey, Hyde Indoors, Katie, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, Marcus O'Neill, Red Arrow, Ageless Hermit, Androsaur, Astronaut Jr., The Winter Gamer, Robbie Bobby Miller himself, Brenton Zachary, Final Fan XZ, Hambone, JD Dillinger, Stone Cold, E.T., Tino Six Speed, N. Johnson, Sean McKenzie, Rick Arrington, Matthew King, Duh Overlord, Dewane Rocksha, Drellish, Rick Davis, Steph Midler, Samuel Nestling, Maximum Carnage, Solo, and Suddy. And we say each and every week, we could not do this show without your amazing generosity over at patreon.com/PS PS Trophy Room. Helps support the show and get bonus content each and every month. Thank you all so much. With all that said, with all that out of the way, Kyle Stevenson, it is time to square up the news.
I love, by the way, that Drellish is getting to watch live, and he's keeping track of all of the trophy room actual trophies, like the list.
Oh yeah,
he was like, yeah, trophy. Joe mispronouncing names. 1 check.
1. Hot damn. Listen, man, I just came off of work. Okay, my brain is mush.
First bit of news that we're squaring up comes from Mike Straw over at Insider Gaming, and Mike writes, the Concord open beta bombed on Steam. Concord is in the midst of holding its open beta on Steam, and the numbers, to be honest, haven't been good. According to SteamDB, the beta for Concord has a peak player count of just 2,388 players, which happened on Thursday, July 18th. Since then, the numbers have continued to drop from an already disappointing level. July 19th saw a max of just 1,654 players, July 20th, 1,447, and July 21st, 1,117 players. Again, this was a completely free and open beta over a weekend for a game that PlayStation has been targeting as its big hero shooter. If the numbers were that low when anyone could play, it's hard to imagine what they'll be when the game fully launches at its $40 base price. Immediately after the full reveal of the game back in June, players seemed turned off by the game for a number of reasons. One of the big reasons being the seemingly bait and switch of a CGI trailer that showed an adventure only to be shown 5v5 first-person shooter gameplay. Based on the beta numbers, it seems like the negative sentiment hasn't changed over the last month or so. We don't have the numbers publicly available for how the game has performed on PlayStation. Neither Sony nor developer Firewalk have responded to requests for comment on the state of the game based on the early beta returns.
Kyle Stevenson.
Joseph Moran.
Not looking good. Marvel's Rivals. That's a weird title. Can we just say Marvel Rivals? Or Marvel's Rival? It's something. The 2 S's really freaking me out. That said, their Overwatch clone, and it's very blatantly a clone.
1-to-1. Yeah. It's like almost egregious.
That said, originality, who cares when you have over 40,000 people playing that game in their, not even open beta. It's more like, hey, we'll give you invites to the Steam, beta. It's telling, isn't this not? Like, we said it last week. I don't want to pull punches just because it's a PlayStation game, but like,
no,
that does
for sure. But I also feel like those standards are a little bait and switchy.
How so?
Using the term Mike mentioned. Well, like, when you have Marvel behind something, of course there are more people going to go check that out. Marvel has a bigger fan base. And
sure.
And this is a brand new IP, a brand new thing, that it's its own take on the genre. Also, I would be interested, and I don't think we'll ever get the numbers of how it did on PlayStation. I feel like that's probably the better number to judge the success of the game on, because that is the main platform. Granted, Steam will obviously help things.
Sure.
But I've also seen comparisons to like Helldivers, right? Helldivers didn't have a beta, so we can't really make those comparisons per se.
Sure.
It's a lot of like, and I completely understand. I wish, as a fan of the game, after playing it, I wish more people checked it out during the open beta, because it is a very fun game. Perfect? Yeah. No. Is it fun? Absolutely. And it deserves people's time, but it's hard to see those numbers and feel enthusiastic for the lifespan of the game.
Yeah.
And how people are, if people are going to make the purchase, which I don't know if you want to get into the update now.
I mean, let me throw my 2 cents in. So first off, not to say apples and oranges. You're right. There is a strength to IP. So when you have Marvel in something, of course it's going to be a little bit more popular. Of course, like you have Venom and Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and all that. That's awesome. Right?
Yeah.
Like
And
you
it's
have the
already
power
like
be
the
yes.
formula of or style of game that people already love.
Yeah.
Like when we say it's like an Overwatch clone, it is swap assets. Oh, pretty
Yes.
much. Granted, there's some differences, but it's so close.
Yes. So when I see that, I'm like, okay, yeah, of course it's gonna do better. Even looking at the Marvel Rivals uh numbers, I'm gonna be honest, both of them are not impressive.
Yeah.
Rivals, again, your Marvel, your Overwatch clone, open beta. I don't know. I think that game's gonna be free to play. I'm not too sure. It's
Yeah, I
like
don't know.
60,000. Okay, not that's not the greatest thing in the world, I would think. But that's the other thing is like I would think it's very antidotal because I'm like, yeah, if you have like Iron Man, Hulk, and Spider-Man in a game, I would think that game's gonna do really big. And so like 60,000 isn't the biggest thing in the world,
It
but
will
it's
be free to play,
hell.
by the way.
Okay, cool. But it's sure as hell 60 times better than what Concord did. And you
Yeah.
know, the one thing that I was getting really aggravated, and I'm sorry that I was last week. I really hate when I show frustration. Is the fact that like when we're talking about Concord, we're constantly talking about, yeah, it's a really great time. We're surprised about how much we're enjoying it. Oh, but how long is this thing going to last? And for me, it's like that's just not how I play games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play any game going, yeah, like I'm really enjoying like I know it's a bad example because this is the game, but like I'm really enjoying Fortnite. I don't know how long Fortnite's gonna last.
Yeah.
But there is truth to, and on the opposite side of the coin, as I say that, going, okay, game's great. Why am I gonna spend $40 on it if this game lifespan is a question mark? Because right now I'm not going to buy the next COD Battle Pass, though I've enjoyed my time with it, because those things don't transfer over in October. So why spend the $20 on that pass,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there is truth to that sentiment, and I think if you're coming at it through that argument, I think like that consumer argument, that mindset, that feels better than rating the game itself on whether it's going to survive.
Yeah.
But this is not this is the canary in the coal mine. That said as well, this game doesn't need to be the number one game on Steam. It just needs to find an audience.
Yeah.
So that said, I don't know. You take it away. Take it
Do you
away from
all,
that up.
well, before we get, because it will
Okay.
also lead into it, do you also feel, because I also see the same sentiment over this past weekend's open beta
Mhm.
of people, again, pushing really hard of like, oh, this game has to go free to play. It has to go free to play. I don't know if it has to. Granted,
Well,
sure, $40 for a multiplayer only thing. Again, not my space, so
right.
it's hard for me personally as a single player person
Yeah.
to justify playing $40 for a game that I don't know if I'll be putting in those hours into.
Right.
But like, I don't feel like it's up to us to kind of push for that.
No, I mean, will it have a better chance? Yes, but
Sure, but
a lot of people, I like the thing that I hate is like that you know the armchair quarterback question,
mm-hmm.
but rightfully so. And you know, of like
Yeah,
if it's free to play, that means the game itself on a monetization level then needs to change because it's not like oh play it for free. That means like you know it could be like a Dota or League of Legends type of system where it's like you get these base characters, but if you want the rest of them,
mm-hmm.
you're going to have to
Mm-hmm.
grind for them, right? That means you're going to probably put in a battle pass or loot boxes
Yep,
in this game akin to like something like Overwatch. When
yep.
it came out, it was what like 40-60 bucks and it did have those type of you know transactions loot boxes
And it
in order to
became
sustain its future.
a sticking point and was used in like courtrooms about like
Right.
games and gambling because of the way the loot boxes worked.
So I'm always of the argument of just like explore the scale, and I
Yeah,
think in this climate of games we need to explore the scale. Not every game. Here's my argument. Not every game needs to be $70.
nope,
Not every multiplayer game needs to be free to play.
agreed. And
Um, yeah,
to that point, in the update from VGC, that kind of leads into this. Concord does not have a battle pass The studio confirmed, quote, "We wanted to focus our attention on making Concord a rewarding and robust experience on day one. Where just playing the game, leveling up your accounts and characters, and completing jobs yields meaningful rewards. When Concord launches, we'll have hundreds of items to customize your free gunners, which you can earn just by playing the game, completing jobs, and leveling up your account and characters," Firewalk said. "These rewards are cosmetic, do not impact gameplay, and include free gunner outfits, wearables, and accessories, as well as weapon skins, weapon charms, victory and defeat poses, and drop-in animations," end quote. Concord will have 12 distinct maps at release, including the 5 maps included in the beta, plus all 6 modes featured during testing, and a launch roster of 16 playable free gunners with unlockable variants. Quote, "Launch is just the beginning," Firewalk added. "We will be introducing new free gunners, maps, modes, and more through regular post-launch seasons and updates available to all players at no additional cost. We'll be diving deeper into our post-launch roadmap very soon. Stay tuned," end quote.
I'm going to say something really controversial here. This is where I put the tinfoil hat on. I think they're saying this because the numbers are low.
You think so?
Yeah. It's like, truthfully, this is something I think this, again, here's where I'm going to be the armchair quarterback. This is something you needed to get out in the original update. Like, this is what you needed to get out front and center of like how this game's going to be monetized. To have this question linger for weeks, I don't think was the right call. I think they looked at the numbers going, okay, how do we entice people to pay the $40 and go, okay, no battle pass? Because from what I saw in the beginning, they were like, hey, here's pre-season 1. It's like, that's usually like the code for it. Season 1's where we're going to introduce the battle pass. So though I like everything that they said here, I think they're like, how do we bring people in? And also, it doesn't really truly answer the question of how are you monetizing the game, because now it's either you're just spending $40 and that's it. Are there cosmetics you can only get via purchasing them? Or is it just solely through this, this buy it once type model, which would be great. I'm not, sitting here saying it's awful. Like, when they say things like, including the 5 maps and launch roster of 16 playable free gunners, is the next free gunner going to be, $5? Like, tell me a little bit more out of than just something of one tweet. So to me, I still have questions. That's what that said.
Well,
the game purveyor.
They do say they're going to be introduced new free gunners free at no additional cost. They do say that in this.
Sorry, my ADHD totally
you're
skipped. Thank you for making me not sound dumb. So the game purveyor writes, just like you can too, if you head on over to the Trophy Room Discord server, and they ask this question: does Concord not have battle passes or monetization in that way reframe your opinion on the game as a live service? It's odd, especially today more than ever. A live service game that doesn't milk you dry sounds paradoxical and definitely a big W. How though? Must have had a small budget, question mark? This is a team of like over 100 people. If I'm not mistaken.
Again, here's where I'm confused.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit, and please, everyone, let me know if I am wrong. Were we having the same conversation around Helldivers 2 and how they were doing monetization? Or just because that game is a huge hit, we don't worry about it, and this has been untested?
A little bit of A and B. Okay. It was, oh wow, I'm getting currency pretty fast. So I don't feel like I have to buy stuff.
Sure.
So now I kind of want to support the game even more. So I go out there and buy a couple of things. And coupled with, the game's just so much fun. So I think you're right.
So I feel like we don't know what that system is. We don't know if they are going to introduce an in-game currency that will unlock things in their store, because yes, they will need to have a store. There is going to be a monetization thing there. It will all be optional, of course, but there's got to be a currency to then use in game. And if they model it after the way Arrowhead did with Helldivers, I don't see a problem.
Right.
It's just, again, I think the beta was to focus on people playing the game and getting a feel for what it is. And we'll know more about the more nitty-gritty details probably soon.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what the beta was the focus of. The betas are always the focus of, like, how's the game feel? Any changes to the gameplay and any tweaks to the maps or the characters and damage input, whatever. Like,
yeah,
testing the servers. I think that is definitely the go-to thing for these open betas.
Mm-hmm.
So to not have answers about monetization or anything right now is totally normal. Once we get that stuff, if it's outrageous, then we can turn on the alarms, and be like, okay, don't like this. But right now, I just want to enjoy the fun multiplayer game with cool characters, fun maps.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's kind of what I want to focus on with Concord.
Yeah, I mean, C-Fresh writes in the chat, and I love it. It's like, I usually stay away from free-to-play games. I'm day one on Concord. Yeah. That's awesome, dude.
Exactly.
Enjoy it.
That's the thing. This game will have its audience.
Right.
1,000,000%. Will it be as huge as a Marvel's Rivals? Who's to say?
Right.
But, like, people are going to play this game.
Sure.
You can tell by the beta how many people have put in so many hours and, like, on the player
I've
card.
seen people with, like,
it shows, like, all their
31,
eliminations.
40.
Like, 2,000 eliminations. Like, how? Yeah. How long have you been playing this game? Like,
I think if Sony wants this game to be successful, I think there was an article, I think, oh God, I saw it this morning while driving to work. Not while I was driving. I was in the van. I was in the passenger seat. I don't text and drive. I'm not nuts. Of like someone being critical of big studios closing down live services games too soon instead of trying to just find their audience. And so if PlayStation is patient with Concord, I think they will be rewarded for their patience, right? If they give this team time to try to find that pool of gamers that this thing appeals to, I think this could be cool or successful. I feel like we ought to get in this mindset. Kryptonite Souls writes in the chat, I'm hearing a lot from the Xbox community. We get into these arguments of like first place versus zero place. There's never a second place, third place, fourth place. You should be in last if you're not first, right? If you're not first, you're last. Oh, Kyle, you're muted.
Sorry, there's no B's or C's, right? It's either it's an A+ or it's a F. It's a failure.
Right. And so like when I hear I'm hearing a lot from the Xbox community, like just mute those channels. Like to me, it's like I don't want people yucking my yum. I don't want to yuck people's yum as well. So like, it is that console wars stuff where it's like, like real talk. I saw an Xbox channel already talk about how Concord's dead and the beta wasn't even out yet.
Yeah.
So it's like,
why
the do I want to give that person oxygen? So like, don't click on that stuff. Don't support it. Don't engage with them because that's what they want. That's what they thrive on. It's about negativity. And I really hate that because again, the developers are here and they're looking at those videos and it sucks. So, we forget the human element. That said though, does it reframe my opinion of the games of service? I feel like they're just trying to find their way through it. Again, I like what C-Fresh says. I stay away from free to play games. There, from everyone that I've talked to who's like a big multiplayer person who's enjoying their time with this game, they often say, "Hey, I'm really glad it's not free to play, so I'm not getting Smurf accounts in here griefing new players." So like, do I think one day it will be? Sure, but maybe that's somewhere down the line. But I've really loved what I've played of the game, and I'm not rating it off the rubric of how long this game lasts. Like I see that and go, okay, awesome, excellent. I want to get the trophy in this game. I want to get the platinum.
Yeah, like am I gonna have fun for a few weekends?
Yeah.
And then I'll go away, and then they get me back in with like a really cool looking season and a cool free gunner that I want to try out. That's I think the timeline of this game. Or it's gonna have some highs. People are gonna be playing it a ton. it'll go low for a little bit, and then they'll announce a new season, something cool, seasonal events or whatever, and then people will hop back in. Because, like, how many times have we seen that with all the other multiplayer games, all the live service games, where it dips and people are out and they announce a thing, and then you see on social media, they got me back. I'm back in. Like, Fortnite obviously is huge, but it happens all the time. They add something like a skin, and like, okay, I'm back in. Like, this is just the nature of this style of game.
And just because it's not in your zeitgeist doesn't mean it's not a success. Like, there's still a bunch of people playing Rainbow Six Siege, right?
Oh,
it's still a super profitable game for Ubisoft. So when I see that type of, you're right. It's kind of like, again, it doesn't have to be the thing that the number one thing in the world. It just has to find its audience.
We're working in games PR. One of the coolest and most eye-opening things I have learned which in 4 days will be at a year already. Can you believe that, Joe? Can you believe that?
Your dream for a year.
Wild.
That's awesome, dude.
Is discovering all these gigantic YouTube channels that I had no idea existed.
Exactly.
That have hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers that I have never heard of. It is the same thing with games. People are playing games that we aren't in our purview, aren't in our, our wheelhouse, but they have a huge audience and they do extremely well because of that. Like, not every game has to be for every single one all the time.
Yeah. So that said, Kyle, I want to bring up one more thing before we move on. I know we're getting a little long in the tooth here, but like Stingray X, again, you guys in the chat are killing it. I've been hearing the same thing from the Steam community because of, quote, low numbers. Like, what? How about the PlayStation side? I've heard so many good things on that side. And that's the thing. Like, there's so many people that are like praising this game of how fun it is. And then you head on over to Marvel's Rivals, and a lot of it's like, it's pretty mediocre.
Exactly. Like,
and then you're like, oh wow, okay, so like,
what's more important, the quality of the game or how many people are playing?
Right.
What's the line?
Like, and so, like, taking out, for example, right now on Twitch, how many people are watching people play virtual casino, Kyle?
Oh my god, gambling is huge on Twitch. I'm guessing 30,000-40,000 people, probably way more.
Yo, you're dead on, dude. 39,000. You're right. You're the PR guy. You should. You do know this shit. How many like dumb channels you gotta like look at? 39,000. College football 25. 31,000 people watching right now. So it's like, just because it's not in your purview doesn't mean it's it's shit or it's dying. Dungeon Born, never heard of it. 20,000 people watching it. Fall Guys, 25,000 people.
Still,
so it's
like that game's been out for years at this point.
A minute. So again, it doesn't have to be the biggest thing in the world. It's got to find its audience. So let it find its audience. Gosh darn it. All right, Kyle, this is something I knew you would roll your eyes at, but we are a PlayStation channel at the end of the day, so
why would I roll my
take
eyes
it away.
So Armina Khan writes in over at PS Lifestyle, PS5 Pro upgrade reportedly found in No Man's Sky update files. Reference to a potential PS5 Pro upgrade for No Man's Sky were found by data miners in the game's latest update. The update, which overhauls No Man's Sky's universe, comes with graphics presets for quote-unquote Trinity, which was previously leaked as the internal codename for the PS5 Pro. The aforementioned graphics preset were shared on Twitter by modder at bomber_that. Said, quote, No Man's Sky spoilers, graphics preset options for Trinity, the apparent internal codename for the PS5 Pro, standard PS5 graphics.
Dope name.
What?
That's a dope name.
Oh, it's
Trinity.
a dope name. Standard PS5 graphics preset for comparison, end quote. There isn't a huge difference between standard PS5 and Trinity presets, but this is unlikely to be the final update. Besides, No Man's Sky isn't exactly a graphically intensive game, considering that it originally released on the PS4, so there isn't much to go by here in terms of all the improvements that players can expect. While we can't comment on the authenticity of this tweet, we don't have any reason to doubt it either. This discovery seems to align with what we've heard from The Verge before. Sony expects developers to begin submitting PS5 Pro compatible games for certification and PS5 Pro updates by August 2024. Speculation has been making rounds that the PS5 Pro will release sometime in 2025, but insider Tom Henderson claims that there's no evidence of a delay out of 2024 at present.
Kyle,
Joe,
we're getting close to an announcement, man.
We're getting
We're
close.
getting close.
Can I ask a different question?
Please.
Do you think data miners are just sitting there all day like, I wonder what kind of code we're going to get into today? What's going to come in for us to go mine for data?
That's all. Like they got a pickaxe. They got the helmet, flashlight. Don't forget to bring your canary. Thank you, Nance.
Like how? Who decides? Like, you know what? I'm going to data mine the No Man's Sky update patch.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's. They're like, and what is this all about? I am always curious of like, yeah, data miners. Like, is this how you get your sick kicks? Like,
right? Like, I have hobbies of playing games and watching
right.
movies. You just like to search for code. All right, fine. Listen, I'm not going to yuck your yum, but
you're right. I'm not here to. Yeah, it's strange. You want to know something? My grandpa, he used to be a miner.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, in France.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's how he was able to afford to go to Brazil.
Hell
and
yeah.
then he traveled South America.
Listen, I don't know how miners do it.
No, it was really scary.
Yeah.
He was like, and back then there was no regulation, so like I almost died almost every day.
Exactly. Just when you think of it, it's a phobia that I pretty sure I would have if I ever go into a mine.
Yeah.
But it's just like when you think of how many miles of earth are above you.
Right.
And one small pebble.
I've never thought about that. Yeah.
One tiny little pebble has to move out of the way for it to all come crashing down. No.
No.
I'm out.
That's some Ocean Gate shit.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. Mm-mm.
Like my brother yesterday, he's like, hey, someone made a gif of how like the Ocean Gate guys died. You want to see it? I'm like, what? No, that's terrifying. Like, why would you do that?
Sidebar. Did you watch that TikTok I sent you the other day?
Which one?
So, people who don't know sports, there is a Philadelphia Phillies player named Nick Castellanos, and he has a history of hitting a home run the same day something horrific happens. and the TikTok I sent Joe lists, I think, 12 or 13 different examples of when it happened, and they're all terrible things.
Yep.
It's wild.
And he's a witch. Yeah, I saw
this past weekend when Biden announced he was resigning. So many people went to like the sports betting apps, like we're betting on him to hit a homer, that they shut it down. And guess what? He hit one. Like
no way!
Yes.
Holy shoot, dude!
It's wild. There's a conspiracy theory for you right there.
Yeah. Oh
what does he know?
God.
What does he know?
What does he know? He is a witch. He's a witch. Getting back to this. Yeah. Okay, we're getting it. Cool. We're now starting to see games are getting patched to support Trinity, whatever it may be. I'm getting there. Now, Kyle, just when does this thing get announced? I mean, right now, realistically, I saw a lot of PlayStation people come back from like a vacation of sorts. So chances are maybe they're starting to work on some stuff. So I'm still thinking early September, maybe mid-September, we're gonna get this thing.
Sure.
What say you?
Yeah, I think within the next few months we'll hear something.
Yeah, because to me, when I hear some people are like, it's not as big of a jump as they'd want it to be, this, that, and the other. It's like, so was the same with the PS4 Pro. Like this is a thing. I think people really have to wrap their heads around. This is a premium product for the hardest of hardcore fans of PlayStation that want the power of something more powerful, that get that true 4K, to get that 120 FPS, whatever, and the convenience of a console. That's what this thing is. So for me, it's like, okay, cool. I can't wait to pick one up because I am that type of consumer. But yeah, when it gets here, it gets here, man.
Trellish, don't put that energy out in the world because that would destroy everything.
What's he
He's
saying?
like, oh, we'll hear it on September 18th. No, the 19th is the 6-1 Indie Showcase. We can't have that juju around the showcase.
Let's go to DraftKings. We got September 18th.
We can't do it, Trellish. We can't do it. We already had to move last year's show in August because of stupid Starfield. We ain't doing it.
Oh, man. Yeah, that'd be brutal.
Don't put that juju out there.
Kyle, now with this next story, I did put a Twitter link to the full quote
statement?
if you want. Yeah, the full statement if you want. But this one's pretty big. You got the quote ready? All right, Go for it.
Do you want me to read the quote when we get to that point in this way you have it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just open up the tweet now.
Yeah.
Hiren's Crier over at Game Right writes, Ubisoft apologizes for Assassin's Creed Shadows promotional material that's quote-unquote caused concern within the Japanese community, promises the RPG will, quote, keep evolving until launch, unquote. Assassin's Creed Shadows developer Ubisoft has responded to criticism of its historical accuracy in a message to its Japanese players, reminding everyone that, quote, while we strive for authenticity in everything we do, Assassin's Creed games are works of fiction inspired by real historical events and figures, end quote. Assassin's Creed Shadows has been through it over the past few months. It's been the center of a heated debate over whether protagonist Yasuke really was a samurai. He was. On top of that, Ubisoft has also apologized for the unauthorized use of a flag in Shadows concept art, and has said it won't be using that particular flag design in the future. Now, in the post below today, Ubisoft pens a message to its Japanese players explaining the creative process behind some key decisions. Quote, first and foremost, Shadows is designed to be an entertaining video game, Ubisoft writes, saying none of the Assassin's Creed games have ever intended as, quote, factual representations of history, end quote, but rather to spark curiosity about history. And here's the quote itself. To our esteemed Japanese community, a message from the Assassin's Creed Shadows development team. First, we want to express our heartfelt thanks for all your support for the Assassin's Creed series, which now has its own history spanning almost 20 years. Over this time, we have explored various settings, time periods, and characters, from an assassin during the Third Crusade to a Viking in 9th century England, and countless more. For many of our team, creating an Assassin's Creed game set in feudal Japan has been a long-cherished dream. Since the announcement of Assassin's Creed Shadows, we have received many positive reactions, but also some criticism, including from you, our Japanese players. We share your passion for history and deeply respect your care for the historical and cultural integrity of your rich heritage. We would like to address a few points to clarify our intentions and creative decisions. We have put significant effort into ensuring an immersive and respectful representation of feudal Japan. However, our intention has never been to present any of our Assassin's Creed games, including Assassin's Creed Shadows, as factual representations of history or historical characters. Instead, we aim to spark curiosity and encourage players to explore and learn more about the historical settings we get inspired by. Assassin's Creed Shadows is first and foremost designed to be an entertaining video game that tells a compelling historical fiction set in feudal Japan. Our team extensively collaborated with external consultants, historians, researchers, and internal teams at Ubisoft Japan to inform our creative choices. Despite these sustained efforts, we acknowledge that some elements in our promotional materials have caused concern within the Japanese community. For this, we sincerely apologize. All game footage presented so far is in development, and the game will keep evolving until launch. Based on the constructive criticism we have received, we will continue our efforts until we put this game into your hands and beyond. We also want to clarify that while we have been consulting with many people throughout the development process, they are in no way responsible for the decisions that are taken by the creative teams in the interests of gameplay and entertainment. Consequently, we respectfully request that any criticism not be directed at our collaborators, both internal and external. While we strive for authenticity in everything that we do, Assassin's Creed games are works of fiction inspired by real historical events and figures. From its inception, the series has taken creative license and incorporated fantasy elements to craft engaging and immersive experiences. The representation of Yasuke in our game is an illustration of this. His unique and mysterious life made him an ideal candidate to tell an Assassin's Creed story with the setting of feudal Japan as a backdrop. While Yasuke is depicted as a samurai in Assassin's Creed Shadows, we acknowledge that this is a matter of debate and discussion. We have woven this carefully into our narrative, and with our other lead character, the Japanese shinobi Nao, who is equally important in the game, our dual protagonists provide players with different gameplay styles. We greatly value your feedback and encourage you to continue sharing your thoughts respectfully. While we understand that meeting everyone's expectation is very difficult, we sincerely hope that when Assassin's Creed Shadows launches on November 15th, players in Japan and around the world will appreciate the dedication, effort, and passion we have poured into it.
Holy shit, Kyle! I am so sorry. I didn't think the quote was that long.
No, it's okay. Let's
You
keep
want to
going.
drink water?
No, let's keep going. Ubisoft
There's
CEO.
more?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
in the
God.
doc,
You're
Ubisoft
right, you're right.
CEO Yves Guillemot recently denounced hateful acts towards Shadow's developers over Yasuke, and veteran Resident Evil and Street Fighter developer Yoshiki Okamoto said the backlash to Shadows was overblown because, quote, it's a game, it's fantasy, not reality, end quote. They're upset over this, but they were totally fine in Valhalla when there was gods coming and magic, and let's not forget these objects of Eden in the old school games having magical powers. And sure, let's choose this as to be our hill to die on.
Now, in the pre-show, we talk about things that we're tired of. This actually enhances my burnout of like covering games. When we talk about like what gives you burnout in games, it's literally topics like this. Because like this whole quote is a non-answer. It's a whole lot of how to say so much and yet nothing at all. Guys, I don't know if you know this. Leonardo da Vinci actually didn't make Ezio's gear.
He's not part of an Assassin's Creed.
Right, he's not part of a hidden order. He was a famous inventor, and Ezio wasn't real. Cassandra, sadly, not real. Also, she's not immortal. She's not a god. There's aliens. Maybe aliens.
Spoiler: Chris Redfield never punched a boulder in Resident Evil.
Yeah,
that's just
the president's daughter wasn't actually kidnapped.
No.
Yasuke was a samurai. Get the over it. Also, why are you offended for someone else's culture? Shouldn't it be up to those people to go, hey, wait a second.
Sure.
Like, shouldn't that be up to them? And then go, you know what? Yeah, no, I think they might be onto something there. It seems like a whole lot of white dudes pretending to be Japanese to sign a change.org, thing because again DEI and video game, like this conversation again keeps regurgitated over and over and over again. You have literally Japanese professors going, no, he was a samurai. Yeah. And he's in a lot of our like folklore, and he's actually in like a lot of our our pop culture.
We've done our due diligence. It also reminds me a whole lot of the Last of Us Part 2 doc where Hallie Gross is talking about writing for the female characters in that game and receiving the backlash from some journalists and other people about like, do they even know how to write women? And it's a woman writing about what's happening in that game. It's just a lot of people on the outside looking in need to realize that they are on the outside looking in, and they should not have to feel the need to make their input known as loudly as they do.
Also, George Washington wasn't a king. He never wanted to be. All right, that DLC, not real. Okay. Also,
fucking
Connor
Venom,
from Assassin's Creed,
not real. Didn't
real.
crash land on a comment. There's no Spider-Man in my city. Everyone, calm down.
Yeah, and again, like, God, Drellish says, why did Ghost not get this backlash? Ghost what? Ghost
of Tsushima. There was a little bit, not to this scale though.
Real talk, it's just the polarization and politicalization of everything right now at this very point in time in 2024 because the world superpower is going through a very heated election. Like, that's really what it comes down to. Like, the thing that I'm tired of, Kyle, isn't these historical events that keep happening seemingly every other day. It's the fact that I can't watch a single thing without someone whispering in my ear one way or the other how I shouldn't be enjoying that thing. Like, that's what I'm actually really tired of. Like, I'm tired of like people, throwing their torches and pitchforks at, I don't know, Star Wars Acolyte because of whatever dumb thing that week, right? I'm so tired of people feigning outrage because, God forbid, Stellar Blade has an outfit that just covers most of her body, right? Like, I'm getting to the point. It's like, just shut up and just enjoy the thing, or don't. And you don't have to buy this game, right? If this upsets you that much, which I know this audience, y'all get it. Like, Yasuke sounds like dope, and what's her name? Neo as well.
Yeah,
like,
I butchered it. Whatever her name is, it's awesome.
Awesome. And like, the game looks freaking great. It's only been made a big deal because people found, hey, I can make this a big deal, make it about this culture war moment, and then make money off of it, right? That's why you need to pay $30 to get into the real Game Awards to vote in it. They want to make money off of you.
Get me fucking started.
It's just bad actors, and they're not even on both sides, by the way. All right, they're one side that's outweighing the other on bad actors. Let me tell you, I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting really, dude. The game looks cool, and there might be someone going, actually, Yasuke was. Shut up. I don't care. I'm gonna play as Yasuke. I'm gonna play this game. It looks fun. And I'm just tired of it.
Just to echo what you're saying, because I agree with you.
See, Fresh, you're right. These people don't enjoy gaming.
Yeah,
they don't.
I agree with you.
And they don't play games. Mm-hmm. Challenge those people that say that games journalists don't play games. I want to see where they are at Elden Ring. I want to see where whatever the that loser's name is. I want to see where he's at in Stellar Blade. Okay?
Can't get past the title screen because he's
too
busy jerking it.
The dumb loser making the Game Award, the non-World Game Awards. Let's see where he's at in any of those games. They're not playing any of them. They're on Twitter making money off of dumb dweebs. That's it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Come on, guys, open up. Wake the up.
And what I was gonna say is, I personally, and I think Joe, you're with me on this one, so I feel comfortable saying this as a together thing.
Sure.
If you feel strongly about a thing and don't want to partake in it, totally fine. You are not the problem at all. I'm with you. It's the people like Joe mentioned who are like attacking others for not fully agreeing. Because like, let's be honest, and you've seen it in the comments around Hogwarts Legacy. I've gotten hit with some targets of like, oh, Kyle's biased, and that's why you didn't give Hogwarts a fair shake. Listen, go play it, enjoy it, have a great time. For me personally, not my thing. I'm not going to be out there telling you not to enjoy it. It's totally fine. Just personally, it's a me thing. It's a me decision, and I should be allowed to have that decision just like you should.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. I love that. Drellish writes, haters should play more Dead or Alive.
Listen to the top tier episode.
Please, for the love of God, you're going to find, and before you even, please, patreon.com/psrefroom. This is not, you don't have to pay. It's literally a free episode. It's the best 40 minutes of your goddamn life. And walk in going, what rating did IGN rate Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball? You are wrong. You are wrong, whatever number you were thinking.
You thought, whatever rational thinking or weird through rose-tinted glasses you thought reviews were back in that time, oh boy, you are so wrong.
You're in for a treat, dude. That said, though, you are 100% right. We are getting down, and it's the other thing, it's like the social media aspect as well. We talk a lot about parasocial relationships. We don't nearly talk enough about the echo chambers, because social media does not.
One of my least favorite terms, by the way.
I'm sorry.
I know, you're using it to explain it, and I get it. I just hate people using it as like to make themselves feel
real.
Smart.
Yeah, it's not real. Like, those are just algorithms that speak to whatever you want or things that you absolutely loathe. And so it creates these extremes on both sides where, like, yeah, you're right. Let's talk about Hogwarts Legacy. Right. One sec. It is possible to hate J.K. Rowling, think she's a piece of shit, but love Hogwarts Legacy. It's so easy. Truth be told, I have a lot of queer friends. Every single one of my trans friends who's a gamer loves Hogwarts Legacy. Like, they're like, yeah, whatever. She's going to be a billionaire no matter what. I'm going to play this game. I like her universe. I don't like where she stands on my existence. But it's like, it's whatever. This is how I escape. It sucks that she's a shitty person, but it is what it is. I'm going to enjoy my thing. I do that a lot. There are a lot of artists that, like, every time they say something political, I'm like, all right, you're a big dumb idiot. But whatever, I really like this song. Right? As long as you're not literally preaching hate, like Kanye West, it's like that's where I'm like, okay, you know what? Stronger's not that good of a song. You know what I mean? Like, you just draw where your line is, and then you take in that entertainment or take in that medium or don't. You're not forced to.
The bottom line is it's your decision.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone else choose for you. It's your decision.
Exactly. Don't fall into the litmus tests of the culture war, quote unquote, because that's the thing I hate. The culture war, that is the thing that makes me cringe. When I hear woke, snowflake, or culture war said unironically, I twinge a little bit, like right now. But it's like, those things are there to weaponize you, to distract you from the fact that you are getting over from something bigger than us. It's to get us infighting so we don't realize who's actually us. That's really what it comes down to. So these little arguments, like, I really hate that Yeez gave the PR team this non-thing to talk about, because it says a whole lot of nothing. So yeah, it's just, it annoys me. This whole thing annoys me. I'm gonna play it because the game looks cool. I know this game's not historically accurate, right? And though it's not historically accurate, maybe this is part of the reason why it's posted. It's like it plays with historical themes and figures. And it's like, how long has this series been around? One would think you know this by now.
Exactly.
Blackbeard didn't go and fight ghost ships.
No.
I don't get it. That said, Drellish writes in, greetings, gentlemen. Really stoked for the show and am looking forward to Shadows later this year. My question, considering Ubisoft's recent apology for the promotional materials of AC Shadows, which sparked backlash on both historical inaccuracies and portrayal of Yasuke, the Black Samurai, how do you reconcile Ubisoft's claim of striving for authenticity with their acknowledgement that the game is a, quote, work in fiction, unquote, and their decision to take significant creative liberties? Thoughts? Yeah, man. I would say that, Hamilton couldn't rap. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's like, take creative liberties. Hell, Hamilton, very, like, a great play, a good way of, like, getting you into the history of the birth of the nation. I'd like to tell you, Hamilton would have wanted George Washington to be a king, and he very much wanted George Washington to be a king. So, like, Hamilton, not actually a great dude, right? So, like, he also, he owned slaves as a colored person back in the day. So it's like, there are, like, things about him that are shady and not accurate and actually true to him, but it doesn't stop the fact that that play's really great. It's amazing, actually. Musical's phenomenal, and it gets people into history. So to me, as a student of history, someone that has loved history ever since I was a kid, and as we joked about on the pre-show, like, all these historical things happening in this week and this month are incredibly interesting to me. As long as it gets people curious, that's all that matters to me. That's all I care about. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't add anything more to that, so well said.
Here, I'll add what Luke Snore says. I play video games for fun. Assassin's Creed has never been accurate. I can't use a single eagle to spot people. I can't survive 100-foot drop into hay.
It's not wrong.
How about you give the last one a try, you son of a bitch?
Jesus Christ.
We're friends. We really are. We're really good, close buds. All right, Kyle. Let's talk about this last big bit of news.
Yeah, then flash news is gonna be real quick because we gotta get Joe in front of that TV. Catherine Lewis over at Game Rant writes, GTA 6 won't be quote-unquote wildly different from GTA 5, former Rockstar dev predicts. Quote, I think maybe people might be a little disappointed on the first day, end quote. Former Rockstar Games developer Abi Vermej has been sharing his thoughts on GTA 6 and how he thinks it's going to go down with fans, and he believes that it's, quote, going to be the best game out there, end quote, even if it could initially disappoint some. Vermej isn't involved with GTA 6 as he left Rockstar Games back in 2009. However, before then, he spent almost 14 years as a technical director and played a large role in the programming of GTA 3 and 4, as well as Vice City and San Andreas. Needless to say, he's had a big impact on the Grand Theft Auto series as a whole, and he's got some thoughts on how the upcoming installment is looking right now based on its revealed trailer. In a new interview with YouTube content creator San in Play, see, look, YouTube creator I had no idea existed.
Never know.
Vermeij clarifies that he has, quote, no inside information, end quote, about the game, but he's thoroughly impressed with what we've seen. He notes that the trailer's beach scene, where each individual seems to have a unique animation, quote-unquote, blows me away. However, he's not sure how much GTA 6 is really going to differ from the previous game in this series. Quote, I don't think it's going to be wildly different from GTA 5. I think maybe people might be a little disappointed on the first day, Vermeij says. But it's still going to be the best game out there, end quote. Honestly, considering how high expectations are for the next installment, it does feel like there's a chance that some could end up disappointed, depending on what Rockstar is able to deliver, of course. Clearly, though, Vermeij is optimistic. He also mentions that, quote, I love the Miami vibe, end quote, which he says suits GTA very well. Joe, if I may.
Yeah, this should have been Flash News.
In other words, grass is green. Like, what? Right. He hasn't worked on this game at all, and
when I saw people pick up this art and go, "Oh, is it in trouble?" It's like, did we read this? Yeah,
he hasn't been with the studio for 15
He's taking
years.
An educated guess. Yeah, and guess what? News flash. Hole. It's been the same game for the past 15 years.
I was just gonna say that.
The car physics just gets a little better. That's it.
It's the formula is there. They just need to make a new setting, and
yeah. New setting, maybe God update some of the controls. Well, update the physics.
Well, GTA 5, the one thing GTA 5 did that I think really pushed it forward is the hopping between protagonists.
Yes.
So, like, it's whatever GTA 6's version of that.
Mm-hmm.
And cool. I'm excited to have fun in a GTA game. GTA games are fun. That's all I want. Like, I'm not expecting... Although GTA in space would be rad as hell.
Here's the thing. There's no way this game can disappoint me. On the simple fact that they couldn't disappoint me enough with Red Dead Redemption 2. No, like I know what these games are, and I don't want them to take these wild, like, huge risks. Yeah. I want GTA to be GTA. They're the best at making open world games. So, like, they're the pioneers of it. So, like, all I really need, the only way I get disappointed is, truthfully, if it is literally the same shooting mechanics in GTA 5 that are, like, practically the same shooting mechanics in Red Dead Redemption 2, which are practically the same shooting mechanics in Red Dead 1. So it's like they need to update those things in this game. Mm-hmm. But to me, I have complete faith. There's not a you really gotta the only way you disappoint me is I open up the box and it's literally GTA 2. You know? It's
right?
A totally different game.
Or I put my disc in my PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Or my PS5 Pro. And it won't install the data disc because you know it's going to be 2 discs. And like, well, great. Now I have to return it. I won't be able to play it. That's the only way I will be disappointed right away.
Yeah.
Again, it might be a Red Dead 2 situation for me where I'm like, man, I'm really not digging it at all.
Yeah. Maybe.
That's fine.
I mean, Kryptonite writes, I don't think anyone is going to be disappointed unless the games just doesn't work or has bad frame pacing. GTA was already great. We want a fun GTA and a better graphics with, new protagonists. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm just looking for a dense world with people that feels like it's a city and not just a playground.
Yep.
And I think we're getting to a place where you're entering some games. You're like, oh my God, this doesn't feel just like, a pathway. This feels like a city, right? This feels like a dank alleyway and all that stuff. Like, that's what I really want. I'm thinking of like something like a Cyberpunk, right? It's like that game, that setting's great, but man, that world feels so empty, and that's the only thing my only true nitpick with it. So, like, just make this city a city. I don't even care if it's 30 frames, Amy. I mean, Jesus, Kyle. I want this. You're not my best friend, Amy. You're my best friend, Kyle. What's wrong with me? Oh, Jesus, it was a Biden moment. I'm not joking around. That's what I want. No joke. But, like, yeah, it's, I just want a city. Like, I want something that feels real. That's it.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Give me fun missions to do, memorable set pieces. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. All right, Kyle, you ready for some flash news? Gotta go fast. Okay. IOC confirms the creation of the Olympic Esports Games. This comes from Oliver Richmond.
My time
over at
to win
Sports
a gold medal is here.
Right? Our time is now. The International Olympics Committee has approved the creation of the Esports Games after a popular vote at the 142nd session. Sports within the Olympics have been hotly debated since 2018, but now it's officially here, sort of. President Thomas Bach writes, "This is truly a why did I do that?
I
This
don't
poor
know.
man, sorry. This is truly a new era for the IOC, with confirmation by the session of the creation of the Esports League. We are keeping up with the pace of the digital revolution. About goddamn time." You know the internet came out in the 90s, right? Anyway, esports community represented in our esports commission has been enthusiastically encouraged with this initiative. This is further proof of the attractivity of the Olympic brand and its values. It's strong for among young people. It's experimenting with the implementation of esports for the past few years, including Esports Week in Singapore in 2023. The IOC has continued to push esports inclusion to reflect, quote, the world of young people, the world that young people live in, and inspire new dreams and new ambitions for top gamers around the world. Oh, wait, here's where it gets kind of shitty. Saudi Arabia has been heavily involved with the concept, wonder why, of the Olympic Games and will be the location of the inaugural OEG now that it's official. Ladies, don't drive to the event. That next step is to find the venue and to figure out how the event will be run separately from the traditional
I would like
Olympics.
to point out Luke in chat saying we're as unlikely to be Olympians in esports as we are real ones.
Speak for yourself.
Me and Fall Guys, Luke. Well, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm pretty damn good at Fall Guys. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with this, like, I find this dumb. It's like games are constantly evolving. So, like, there's, like, what's the Olympic game going to be? Dota? And how long is it going to be Dota for? Is it going to be Counter-Strike?
Yeah,
how long is that going to be the case? It'd be Fortnite, like,
fighting
the concept
game would be sick, though. Can you imagine
yeah,
Mortal Kombat or, like, Street Fighter or something?
Yeah, man. That's going to start
like
wars between,
the Evo tournaments are already hype, but, like, if
Mhm.
it's repping your country and for, like, an official Olympic gold medal, that's hype as hell.
Joe says trophy popped. Joe mispronouncing names for 3 times an episode. Yes. God damn it.
It's cool.
Cool. I hate that Saudi Arabia is part of it. They're pretty draconian. So yeah. Okay. I think it's just a way for them to appeal to the youth. That's it. There's nothing more to it. That said, Simone, good luck. Go get another gold.
Hell yeah.
She's incredible.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Flips in the air. Jesus.
And who is? Oh my god. I want to get her name right. But the track star that was previously unable to compete because she was smoking the mad reefer.
Oh no, she was smoking the mean green.
Yeah.
The devil's lettuce.
What is her name? I'll find
the one
it.
that was like,
go for it.
Okay, fair enough. That's what happened to Michael Phelps too. Anyway, okay, here's the next one. Ready for this? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Helldivers 2 biggest update.
Sha'Carri Richardson. God, I can't wait to
go.
see her win all the gold.
That's right. And I hope she's high when she's doing it.
Hell
Helldivers 2, biggest update ever, puts on an end to grief kicking. This comes from Cass Marshall over at Polygon. Escalation of Freedom is going to be the largest patch yet for Helldivers 2, and it includes new difficulty, new biomes, new enemies, and a lot of quality of life changes. Players will be able to go to difficulty 10, as known as Super Helldives. These missions will have enormous bot fortresses, endless waves of baddies, and rewards to match. There are also new hosts and new objectives that will be added to other difficulty levels, including ones where players have to babysit a bug larva in a backpack, similar to Death Stranding.
They did a Tamagotchi mechanic in the game?
Mm-hmm. Let's go, dude. There will be new enemies to worry about as well. The Terminids have been backed by the Impaler, a notorious threat from the first Helldivers. Cool. The Impaler bunkers down and summons tentacles beneath the earth. It's pretty much, guys, it's a Sarlacc pit. They put a goddamn Sarlacc pit in the game. If that wasn't bad enough, there's a new Charger variant, the Spore Charger that cloaks itself in fog, the Brood Commander, and also has a new boss, the Terminid Alpha Commanders. The automatons will be beefed up as well with a new rocket tank. Arrowhead teases more additions to the robot tanks, but we'll have to wait to find out more. Quality of life changes. One major highlight is the end of grief kicking. Currently, players can be booted for unsuspecting ally from the game, meaning they earn no rewards from the match. It's particularly mean form of griefing. And now, if a player is kicked, they will spawn into a new session as hosts, and they'll keep all the goodies collected by the team in the previous session. This is awesome. Escalation of Freedom comes out August 6th on both PC and PS5.
Just say, because I don't think Luke was here earlier when we talked about it. Luke just did the thing when we talked about Concord. Yeah, he was like, "Oh, so we're going back to Helldivers?" Exactly. There's new content that excites players to hop back in to these live service games.
Yeah.
And this sounds cool. This sounds worth experiencing, even though Helldivers wasn't my jam.
Yeah. Yeah.
I listen, maybe I'll be the best version of babysitting the bug larva in the backpack.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe I'm needed on those teams. I'll just stick around with the backpack on my back.
Hey, Kyle, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? The latest PS5 update adds shareable links to quickly jump into multiplayer games. This comes from Matt Voyles over at Eurogamer. I'm just going to take the bullet points here. 1, you can invite other players to game sessions by sharing a URL to the session. To invite players, open up the game session action card and select share link. Then scan the UR code with your mobile device to share the link. This feature is available only to open sessions that anyone can join. The feature will gradually be rolled out on July 24th. Voice command now supports the ability to open up game help action cards by saying, "Show me game help." I've done that once and I'm like, "Show me game help. Show me game help." Now I know I was just being dumb. Currently, voice command preview is only available in English for players with accounts to the PSN in the US and UK. We've updated the device software for some of the DualSense wireless controllers to improve. Yay! Kyle Stevenson. Any of this strike your fancy?
Nope.
All right, fair enough.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's a small little patch. It's nothing too big. Kyle, we talked about this on last week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
There is a new NBA Jam game.
Yeah, NBA Street.
Let's go. Yeah, you want to read this one for the crew?
This comes from Sammy Barker over at Push Square. The spirit of NBA Street lives on in The Run, Got Next on PS5. Been itching for an arcade basketball game akin to the classics like NBA Street? Then The Run, Got Next may be worth adding to your wish list. The game, developed by Play by Play, a studio founded by former Electronic Arts producer Scott Probst, promises to shake up the sports game landscape with something new, a bold ambition. Ultimately, this is a 3v3 hooper that celebrates the attitude, styles, and skills of streetball culture. An announcement blog elaborates, quote, "Our focus from day one started with gameplay and nailing our style and flavor of basketball, built with players at the center and gameplay that's easy to pick up and play and fun to master. This takes place in a world our team has handcrafted with a uniquely stylized look and feel, everything from our characters to some of the most legendary and unexpected courts around the world. Hand-painted textures, cel-shaded characters, hand-keyed animation, and the list goes on and on. This is a fully curated sports experience," end quote. There's certainly promise here, and it's true that games like this seldom exist anymore. The developer says it's been quietly working on this title for 2 years already, and it's targeting a 2025 release date on PS5. Hopefully we get treated to some raw gameplay footage soon, because while we like the art style here, the moment-to-moment action is the most important part. I can't wait.
This is awesome.
This is so cool. I'm so happy. This is really cool.
I can't wait to see. Again, this is what we talk about. Like the future of gaming is cool, and it's not in the future. The future doesn't lie in the big players like PlayStation, Xbox, EA, Activision, whatever. It's in the indie developers. It's on the indie side. It's in the AA side that is starting to boil back up. Like the games that didn't quote unquote, print 8 million plus units to justify another sequel for an NBA Jam or, SSX, like, well, guess what? A small indie team, that's a huge success for them.
Yeah.
That's a monumental success for them.
Yep.
So that they could go out there and make these smaller games, quote unquote, from our childhood. Mm-hmm. And to me, this is just awesome. So 100%, I am day one on this.
Yeah.
Bring back NBA Street. This is awesome.
I
run.
hope it acts the same, where if you beat a rival squad, you get to steal one of their players for your own team. I miss that mechanic so much.
Absolutely. Hey Kyle, this is gonna bring you back to life. Capcom currently has no plans to end physical media support. This comes from Ollie Reynolds over at Nintendo Life. That's right.
That's a win, y'all.
Nintendo Life. During Capcom's 45th stockholders meeting, the firm confirmed that it currently has no plans to end support of physical media. The firm stated, due to significant number of end users currently demanding physical games, it does not expect to, quote, eliminate physical products. This will no doubt come to good news, as many at a time, digital media is growing exponentially every year. Exactly what has been said during the meeting? Again, currently significant number of end users of physical games. We do not currently expect to eliminate physical goods.
Hell yeah!
Cool. This is because Katsuna Path of the Goddess is a digital only game. It's also only $40 if I'm not mistaken. Okay. I still have not played that demo. I really want to. I hear nothing but good things. So yeah, cool. It's not ending physical media.
Yay!
Please clap.
Please clap.
Yeah, please clap. Love you guys. All right, Fortnite developers.
Oh Jesus, let's move on.
No. This is for the comment of last week. All right. Fortnite developers, fans team up to target newly added Cybertruck. And Kyle, I don't know if this is new. Like, I don't know if this is real or not, or apparently not even in the digital realm is the Cybertruck safe from glitches and mishaps, because they've already had to patch it, apparently.
Literally
it wasn't working right.
Not even joking. The ugliest vehicle I've ever seen.
Yes.
Why is that an attractive thing for people? Also, I will say the comment you left. Fuck off, Elon. We don't want that shit. Get out of here. Also, it makes me both sad and happy at the same time. But like, this is the hill we're all united on.
Yep.
It's like, this is dumb.
This is dumb. Oh God, that's all I gotta say.
Cool.
Also, sadly, infamous and Sly 2 voice actor Sam Mowry has passed away. Unfortunately, heart attack, man.
Jesus.
Yeah, rip. He lent his voice to Rast from League of Legends and Legends of Runeterra, numerous characters in Dota 2, Dota 2 Underlords, and Alexander in Amnesia: The Dark Descent, as well as infamous as Arpeggio, and Sly 2 Band of Thieves has passed away. So,
oh no, Kessler. He was Kessler. He was the bad guy in Infamous.
Sorry. Yep. I read that totally wrong. He was only 64.
Jeez.
Rip. Yeah, condolences to his family. All right, Kyle. Are you ready for this?
Go ahead, ask me the question.
Have you been playing anything, dude?
Yeah. Speaking of, I've been playing a little bit more Sly Cooper.
Okay.
Owen has really enjoyed watching me play.
Cool.
And my favorite thing is like when he found out that if you slowly move the analog stick to move Sly, he starts tiptoeing and he goes, Kai, be sneaky. Let's be sneaky.
Aww,
and I'm just like in the hub, like little area for the levels, and all I'm doing is tiptoeing around. I'm like, oh, and can I go fast now? I was like, no, not yet. Sly's awesome. If you're at the PS Plus level, I believe it's premium, where you're able to download it. It's a fantastic time, especially with like the rewind feature, whatever. Like, it's the perfect way to replay the old games, at least on the PlayStation side of things, for the ones that are available. Played more of MLB The Show. As much as I haven't really talked about since I was like, the way they're doing the content rollout hasn't been the greatest. The All-Star week of content rollout was really spectacular, and there was a lot of really good like free cards that you could get. Keep that up, please, for the future. I had a good time with that. But you and I have both been playing a little indie game that we were very excited about, and we can finally talk about it because the embargo was up a few days ago. A Ranger.
Yeah, man. How? First off, for the folks that don't know, because this is a small little indie game, what is a Ranger all about?
Sure, I believe it's. I'm trying to think of the subtitle. I don't have it in front of me. It's
Oh, I
like a
got it.
slide puzzle role playing game.
Yep, a role puzzling adventure. Is
Yes.
it? Yeah.
It basically acts. You are you play as Germa
Yep.
or Gemma.
Gemma.
And when you move on in the world, the rows and columns move with you. So think of the
Yep.
old school slide puzzles, where everything on that row or column will move with you, and that is the main hook and gameplay aspect of this, where you're going to have to figure out how to get to point A to B with avoiding obstacles, with then gathering a weapon to then attack the monsters that will unblock areas, and there's even bosses where you have to do a similar thing with weapons or whatever the mechanic is for that area. But it's all slide puzzle based, and I don't know about you, Joe. I think it's beautiful.
Yep.
I think I love the way it looks. I love when you're like in a corridor or a connecting piece of the world and you just shortcut it and like go up to teleport to the bottom. And like you're speed running it a little bit and like going left to go to the other side immediately. I felt so cool doing that and how quick I was doing that. Some of it isn't really hitting though. Like the story isn't my favorite thing in the world. It is a little cookie cutter. It's very charming. The characters are very lovable.
It's very cozy.
It's very cozy. But there are parts where I wanted to pull my hair out just because I thought I had it and I make one wrong move and it all gets messed up. Little behind the scenes, I got to a point, I got stuck. I emailed our friends over at Pop Agenda who supplied me with the code. I was like, hey, I'm stuck. I can't get out of this thing. I don't even see an option to like reset. And they told me, oh yeah, no, you found a game breaking progression bug. So you're going to have to wait for a patch. And I had to wait for a patch. The patch came. I got past that. So I'm a little, I haven't finished the game completely. I just defeated the second static boss because in this world, the static is what's causing objects to stay put and become like unmovable objects in the world. The bosses are cool. Like everything about this is cool. It's just not, I would say, the most exciting thing I've played this year. Yeah, it's very high quality, but it's hard to quantify. It's not going to be for everybody.
No, for sure. Like I'm not a puzzle person in the slightest bit. But I found this game so like charming. It definitely has like I love like the vibes that it gives me. It really does give me that like slide puzzles meets like 2D Zelda. And like, you know, manipulating the world around you to figure out these puzzles is cool and everything. But my one big problem is they don't do a good job of showing and not telling. Like the tutorial is very much like, man, figure it out. It's like, no, I'm really dumb. Like, you know, I feel like when games do this right, it's when the invisible hand is guiding you and you don't feel like you're being guided. You feel like you're figuring it out yourself. Where this one is just like truly like, figure it out yourself. It's like, but are you gonna like kind of like guide me there? And they're like, yeah, probably.
I will say they have an extremely generous like skip puzzle option. If you are super stuck and you are tired trying to figure it out, you can skip that puzzle and then continue on from there, and it doesn't penalize you in any way. Which I really love, because in that second boss fight, I nailed the first two stages of that. But the third one, I was like, I see what they're trying to do. And I am trying my hardest to figure it out. And I just got frustrated, so I skipped the last stage. I was like, I can't. It's late. I want to see what's past this. I've spent 40 minutes on this thing, and I can't get it. I
would just say in the accessibility side of things, like skipping the puzzles is great too. Maybe give me like hints as to like what I'm supposed to do, because sometimes they're just like room, figure it out. I'm like,
sure,
okay, what's the like? And I don't feel like it does do a good job of like naturally giving me the hint with, again, showing me the hint without telling me the hint. I don't think the game does a very good job of doing that.
It is one of those games where as you're going towards the next thing, it gives you hints in the world at what you were going to expect. But doesn't implicitly tell you. Like there is a thing where you have to rescue a daughter of a family from her room because her parents lock her away.
Yeah.
And you see where their eyesight is, and you are like, okay, well, I clearly have to block their eyesight to get her out of the house.
Okay.
Then that leads into like the temple. That is like the main puzzle mechanic of the temple. So it does kind of like hint at those things there, but it doesn't specifically say you're gonna have to block lasers here. You just kind of have to figure it out on your own, which might not be everyone's jam.
Yeah, that just wasn't my jam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. You know, at the end of the day, I think a Ranger is a cute, fun time. I'm about as well, like halfway through. So just early impressions, truly.
Yep.
So like, yeah, I think it's like about a 4 to 6 hour experience. So yeah, I would think I'm about halfway there. But like so far, I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna complete it, but am I gonna platinum it? I don't know yet.
I missed already a bunch of puzzles. I looked at the list. It's
fair enough. So yeah, it's 17, 18 bucks on the PSN. So yeah, check it out if you're interested.
Yep.
Sure. Hey Kyle, are you holding on to anything? Anything in particular?
It finally
anything
came, Joe.
Oh yes.
My Baldur's Gate 3 physical edition's finally here.
Oh, I would grab mine, but there's some things on top of it.
After seeing the labels been created on July 5th.
Yes.
And being stuck there forever. It's finally here. This is
heck yes.
One hell of an edition though.
Yeah.
Like I forgot how many sticker sheets they were included. I was like, oh my god, there's like 6 here. That's so wild. Many.
No steelbook. That's a cardinal sin, but I still love it.
No. Did I want to immediately reinstall this and play it as it arrived? Absolutely, I did.
Absolutely.
I had to hold back though, because that's 100 hours right there.
Absolutely. Prepare the drop. Here are the latest steals dropping into the storefront. All right, Kyle. SNK versus Capcom SVC Chaos. F1 Manager 2024. The star named Eos.
6-1 Showcase alum right there.
Oh, is it? Okay, now I'm going to click on it and see what this is all about. Ooh, wee. Nice. Okay, looks charming. Yep. A Ranger, a role puzzling adventure. Hey, look, we just talked about that. Nice. Earth Defense Force 6. Are you kidding me? Okay, let's go. Hell yeah. Those are the games coming out this week on the PSN. Go check it out. Kyle, it is time for our favorite segment of the night. It's time for the Sony Pony Express.
That's right. All right, friends, we're going to get through these quick because Joe's got a thing to watch.
That's right.
Stingray X writes in, Sony Pony Express with yeehaw from a Tornado Wrangler. Have you seen a movie and right after been obsessed with the soundtrack, playing it on loop? After seeing Twisters, I came back into a country funk. LOL. As always, take care.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse. You can make fun of me for this if you want.
Okay.
That I had a great time with the Suicide Squad soundtrack.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's the best part.
The Purple Lamborghini song. My God, that was on a repeat from I think Rick Ross. Yeah.
Barbie soundtrack. Come on, let's go.
Absolutely.
I'm just Ken.
Who? Yeah. I mean, let's be real. The Hamilton soundtrack was on repeat for 3 weeks after I saw that on Disney Plus. Yeah.
Oh my God, I played it the other day for historical reasons.
Yep.
Yeah, history has its eyes on you. It's like my favorite. It's a bop.
So good.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Ghetto Berry writes in, "Hey guys, hope you're both surviving life. We're trying. I'm going off to see Deadpool and Wolverine tonight for a midnight screening. Got to avoid the spoilers. So my question is inspired by the new film. What unlikely duos would you like to see team up? By that I mean, what characters from completely different games would make quite the pairing, or maybe make absolutely no sense at all." And just for fun, what setting from a third game would they feature in? What story or boss could they face? Have fun and love always.
I want Mario and Sonic.
Well, they have that at the Olympic Games. What are you talking about?
Oh, but I mean like a real game. Like I'm not talking Olympic Games.
No.
I'm talking like their own game. It's a murder mystery.
I want Joel Miller.
Okay.
I want Aerith Gainsborough.
Holy shit, okay.
Together to take on the little dude from Resident Evil 4. That's what I want to happen.
Hell yes, dude. Holy shit. Maybe it's like a
Mr. Miller.
Mr. Miller. What is the little boy's name? The little child.
It's
little Napoleon. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm gonna look it up because it's bothering me. It's like right there on the tip
Mr. Senora Gainsborough. I have a flower for you, sweetheart. You know?
Here's my giant robot.
Whoa! I can do the voice. You can't.
I didn't do what? I didn't even come close.
There's a Spanish twang.
I don't. Oh, Salazar.
Salazar. There you go, Victor Salazar. Yeah. God damn, that's great, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I would love like. Oh my god, why am I blanking on his name? The lead protagonist of Resident Evil 4.
Leon.
I would love Leon on the Ishimura.
Oh,
you kidding me?
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yes.
Leon
dude.
and Knack taking on Necromorphs? Hell yeah.
Yes, that would be amazing. No, honestly, Leon and Clank.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I do not like the sound of these things, Leon. And he turns into the plasma cutter.
That would be
Oh
cool.
my god. I'm getting blood all over my gears. Like,
I'm trying to think of another weird combo.
Yeah, let me get one more in here.
Let's try to pair Aloy with somebody.
I was thinking, Aloy with who though? Has to be someone with a gun.
Wait.
It's crazy how like no one's figured out. There's robo dinosaurs. No one's figured out how to make an AR-15. You know.
What about? What about Jin Sakai in Red 13?
Yes, he's the foxes. Like that's actually his kids, and we're trying to find them. Yeah.
But they're in the world of Drawn to Death. I'm like it.
I like it.
Aloy and Nathan Drake.
Yeah,
that'd be a cool.
He's
combo.
got a gun.
Exactly. And she's like, "What is this?"
They're both uncovering the past.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that would be really fun.
Listen, like Sony, hit us up.
Hit us up, man.
We might have a new Netflix show idea for you. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's so stupid it will not work.
Katie writes in. Hello, guys. So I've not listened to a few shows, but there's a reason for it. You guys are going to be one of the forms of entertainment on an 8-hour flight. Yes. So when I'm listening to this, I'll be on my way to your neck of the woods. Yay! Yes. So my question this week is, if you were stuck on a 20+ hour flight, who would be a good companion to spend the journey with? Video game characters, obviously. Thanks again, guys. Looking forward to hanging out. Have a good one. Much love.
It's a good question. Something tells me I mean, Kratos. There's something about him.
Absolutely not. Are you kidding me?
You
want to share a middle seat with Kratos?
Why not?
He's a hulking human being.
I'm not. Yeah, we don't have a lot of.
No. I was like thinking, probably Sackboy, but then like Sackboy is a child and will be bugging me the whole flight.
True. Ratchet and Clank, they're flight risks.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll open up a rift and then there's going to be a problem.
Yeah. I feel like Ratchet's not allowed on flights.
No. Ellie would be freaking out because she never experienced a flight.
True. She'd be like, "What is this thing?
You're telling me I'm 20,000 feet in the air?
Mm-hmm.
And we're still going higher? Get me off this thing."
I would maybe the Master Chief. He's also a thick boy as well. But I feel like if we're on a Boeing plane and things start going awry, he's gonna grab me like a heroine and just.
I've got the cheat code.
It'll be fine.
I've got the cheat
code.
Go for it. Bruce Wayne from Batman.
Oh,
because we're flying first class. Exactly.
Yeah. All right, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne, dude, 100%.
Specifically the Arkham Bruce Wayne.
100%.
Who's retired and doing whatever he needs to do now.
Cannot wait to see Katie this week, man.
Give her my best because unfortunately I won't be able to make it.
That's fair. You got work. Yeah. We're gonna visit some sights and sounds. I want to take her to the Nintendo store.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
That's because it's a Nintendo store and I would like to go.
Yep. Kildane writes in, "Hey guys, I took some time off last week and planned to catch up on the backlog, but then I saw No Man's Sky got updated and I always wanted to seriously get into it. I talked my kids into joining and holy cow, I think I'm over 40 hours into the game already. I never thought I would get into an older game, but it feels fresh and looks great. Outside of visiting an old favorite, have you guys ever got sucked into an old game after an update or just word of mouth? And if so, what game?" I have a boring answer. Bloodborne.
Yeah, man, I could go into that. I get into it when I'm bored. Like it really is like a game that like I mean, we have a question coming up that kind of answers it. It's my ultimate palate cleanser game.
Sure.
So yeah, no, it's a boring answer as well, but it is probably Bloodborne for sure.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I played it is because you kept incessantly talking about it. Yeah. I was like, all right, he broke me down, and now I'm a huge Souls fan now, which is crazy.
God bless. I have the art book. The art book of Elden Ring finally came in.
Oh, which one? The first, second, or third one? Because I think there's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them. The one that came with the DLC.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Kung Fu Temp writes in, "Hello, I have a question about fun, smaller games that can be used to take a break before heading into DLC. I beat the Elden Beast last night and got all 3 endings done. Tonight I'm going to beat Millennia, hopefully. And not only have beaten my first From Software game, but also got my first From Software Platinum. Instead of rushing into the DLC, I was hoping to play a fun 5 to 10 hour game. I've been loving Elden Ring, but a little break may be good. Any ideas of what I should play?"
Hi, may I talk to you about our Lord and Savior, Balatro?
I mean, yeah.
It's so good. It's so different than what you're playing.
1,000,000%.
And if you like a deck builder, if you like a roguelite, it is currently my game of the year, man. I think I have 100 hours in it. So maybe not Balatro, because you will spend 100 hours.
I would say, like, if you are on the PS Plus Premium tier, go download a classic, because that's like the perfect type of game where you'll just maybe not commit to a full run through of the game, but just need a little breather before hopping into a DLC. I think that should be fine. Yeah, that'd be a good time.
And again, like I always play something that's like completely different. So like right now, I am probably gonna start getting into Metal Gear for the first time ever. Cool. Yeah, probably on my list next.
Green Gorilla Gamer writes in, "Sup boys? Stingray inspired my question, or more your thoughts, I should say. LOL. I saw Twisters in 4DX last night and loved it.
Nice.
The soundtrack was honestly pretty good considering it was country. Never been a fan myself, but the older I get, it's starting to grow on me. Must be my country roots, I guess. Anyways, a particular song that was made for the movie by Luke Combs calling Ain't No Love in Oklahoma played on the radio of the truck in the movie. Is that not a fourth wall break? I mean, if someone in the movie were to ask why that song was made, they would have to say it was made for the movie we're in. Strange set of circumstances, I know, but I thought that was interesting. Do you guys agree? What do y'all think? I was also wanting to ask this, but have you guys ever thought of expanding the trophy room? You guys do your show and your Patreon show together, and now you brought on the By the Players group. Any plans to take it further like some of these other shows? Hope you all having a good week. I'm trying my best. LOL. I platinumed the Inscription. Holy shit.
Nice.
I nominate Mr. K-Step to do it next. Never in my life. God bless, guys. There's not enough time.
There's no way. Is that a fourth wall break? I would argue no, because in that universe, that's just a song that exists.
Sure.
It's also just product placement. It's clever product placement.
Yeah, like I think on TikTok the other day, I saw like a list of entertainment shows, movies, TVs, whatever, where the actors reference an other role they played in another universe.
Yeah.
Like Brandon Routh? Like saying like, "Oh, I'm not Superman," like in something else.
Like it's like a wink and a nod.
Yeah. Like those are the only things I can think of.
Maybe it is.
As far as expanding, we'll see. It's hard to think of that just currently because we are so busy currently. I don't know how many more shows I have under my belt in my current rotation.
Yeah, I think expanding, but just not in the ways that you think we're going to expand, I would say. Would that be a good synopsis?
That's fine.
Yeah. I think that. I think we're very busy, but at the same exact time, there are like things that I want to do with it. With Patreon in particular, I want to get more people in. So like I would like to have like real talk, some like just fun shows to put in there that are just fun for me and I could talk to you guys about. So like Star Wars show, why not have Katie with me? You know, stuff like that. Like Kyle maybe having like a wrestling show and bringing someone in the community that loves that. You know,
it'll just
be an
stuff
hour
that
of
we thirsting over Rhea Ripley. That's
I mean, I mean that's fair. we live in we live in we live in America, goddammit, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Dwani Rockstar writes in.
Go for it.
Gentlemen. Finally decided to upgrade the storage of my PS5. Oh man, how did you do it? It's so hard to do. Looking forward to not having to delete a game to install another. Anyways, my question this week, I was considering putting Multiverses down, but then they announced Samurai Jack and pulled me back in. See, look, it happens with live service games all the time. What is your favorite character edition that pulled you back into a game? I'm out on this because I'm not that player, so.
Honestly,
Fortnite got me to buy Kratos and Aloy. So like,
yeah, it's like for example, I want to finish the Fortnite season pass because of the Fallout power armor. Like there's a bonus power armor if you hit like a level 110. I want to do that. So it's usually like what's in the battle pass that gets me in or gets me back in. So like Magneto, rumor is like you're gonna have X-Men in the next season. Like Deadpool and Wolverine and Call of Duty, maybe I'll go and buy that skin. But yeah, it's usually the content updates and the battle passes that get me in.
For MLB The Show, if they're like, oh, there's a really cool Mets player card that's only available in this mode, that's all I'm going to do until I unlock it, or hopefully unlock it. Yeah. Final question for the Sony Pony Express. Yeah.
Also, guys, thank you so much for all the questions this week.
Yeah,
Sincerely,
sure.
Thank you.
And apologies for speeding through this, but again,
I think we're going through a pretty good pace.
Yeah. Joe's got a seat to go sit in.
That's right.
History,
dude. I love history.
No,
Goddamn,
I know. I'm giving you shit for no reason. Fluke23 writes in, hey guys, I hope you're both doing great and the weather is being a bit kinder to you both. I hope you also found a way to cool yourself down, Kyle. Nope. My question for this week's Sony Pony Express. Yeehaw. I recently got back into the realm of Eorzea with Final Fantasy XIV. I hope I said that right. And I'm slowly working my way back into the main storyline with the aim to get the latest expansion after my holiday to Greece. Ooh, I know you love the Greek show with those lovely neighbors. The game is beautiful, and I find myself most evenings happily working away as a leather worker or blacksmith, making a small income while still being immersed in the world and feeling like a part of it. If you guys could enter a game world to spend your days enjoying the atmosphere, community, and day-to-day life, which one would you both pick? As always, keep up the amazing work and much love to you both. Oh boy, what a great question.
That's a really good question.
What world do I just want to live in?
Can I say something that's going to sound weird?
Go for it.
Maybe it's a really bad one. I would love to live in the Spider-Man New York.
That's fine. Mine is also a questionable.
Yeah? Okay, good. Tell me.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate, Jesus Christ.
You know, like
we wouldn't live past the age of 9 in those type of games.
I'd be a magic user. I would have skills.
Okay.
No, I would die instantly. But
yeah, exactly. we're both serfs.
I would fail every perception check, and people like
exactly
just continue to steal from me, and I will never see it.
There's just so much optimism in the Marvel Spider-Man games. There's like destruction in the world's ending, but fucking Spider-Man's there, dude. Like, I don't know. There's just something about that universe that I love so much.
I would love to live in Sea of Stars. Mm-hmm. The specific like port town I think was very vibrant and it felt like a really cool place to live.
What about Final Fantasy VII after Sephiroth does what he needs to do?
No.
You're misunderstood. All right, fair enough. Fortnite World would be fun as well.
No, it wouldn't. You are lying to yourself.
It would be fun.
Every single moment of your day, you would look out your window and there'd be a giant structure being built in front of your eyes the noise. No, get out of here. The random
That's my
concerts that would
answer.
never end. Like,
Oh, I can't go sleep because the goddamn Greeks have I know Pitbull next door.
and then cyber trucks everywhere. You don't want to live in
Oh,
that.
you're right. This sucks now. Jesus. Yeah, no. Anything that like thinking Splatoon World would be great. I could be a kid now, a squid now, kid now, squid now. Mario as well. It's always nice. New Donk City. Yeah. 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 Be a good time. Be a good life.
Yeah. GTA.
Well, oh no. That'd be the worst.
I know.
But so much hookers and cocaine. Well, listen, Kyle, that's it. That's been the trophy room this week. I want to thank everybody in the chat. I want to thank you for listening in your cars, whether you are a listener, a watcher, a patron, a Discord member. Thank you all so much. You are the reason why we get to do this each and every week. If you'd like to support us, please head on over to patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. If you would like to support us and you're not financially able to, that is okay. Please head on over to Spotify, rate us 5 stars there. Head on over to Apple, podcast, rate us 5 stars there. Follow us wherever you get your podcast services of choice. Rate us, like, share, subscribe over there on YouTube as well. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Did I say rate? You can't do that on YouTube. With all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, Kyle, before we get on out of here, is there anything you'd like to spotlight? Sorry, I almost got
Mr. K Step everywhere. 6-1 Indie for all indie game stuff. The showcase is happening September 19th.
Yes, baby.
You know, more news to come on that front. And love y'all. Play something cool. Tell devs you love what they do.
Yep.
Be kind to one another. All that jazz.
That's right. Next week's show is going to be pretty dang cool. Thank you all so much. With all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody keep your wits about you, keep hunting, and keep playing PlayStation. See y'all.
Bye. Love you.
All right, Kyle.
I should end the stream, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
Bye,
you should.
Everybody.
I love you. I gotta go.
I know.
Bye-bye.